Kia ora, welcome to my YouTube channel Kiwi Bushcraft and Survival. I'm Glenn Vickery, and today I'm going to be attempting to put a stud, a press stud onto my knife sheath, okay, just over to here. Currently it is got Velcro on it, which I don't particularly like too much because I don't like Velcro for the reason that it's too noisy, okay, and when you're out in the bush it's too noisy. That noise there can give you away, okay. In a tactical situation it's even worse, okay. But you want to get rid of as much Velcro as you possibly can on any of your equipment. And the problem is today, a lot of manufacturers, all they want to do is put Velcro on everything. Okay, so sometimes we just have to deal with it. In case on the bottom of my sheath here, it's also got Velcro. You can hear it. Alright, really bad. I mean, it's good. It keeps things nice and safe and secure. But it's really bad with the noise. Okay, but I'm leaving this bottom one at the moment, and I'm just going to deal to this top one here. Okay, so I've got two options. One, I could take the Velcro off, okay, actually unstitch it, and then put the press studs on. I'll put a press stud on. That's one option. If the press stud fails at some stage or comes loose, then the knife could potentially come out. Okay, it's got a good grip on this here knife, okay, in here, but it could still come out. Having the Velcro on as well with the press stud is an option. It's the option I'm going to currently go for. And just see how much, well, it's going to give me two forms of security on the knife, okay. It's going to have the Velcro and the press stud. Alright, now, yes, I'm still going to have the Velcro on there. It will quieten it down a little bit, but with your knife is one of your most important pieces of equipment. And I think at this stage I'm going to be satisfied having a little bit of Velcro on here. If I do a really good job with the press stud, then I'll consider cutting the Velcro off at a later stage. Okay. If I stuff it up when I put the stud on here, if it's not a very tight grip, I can still take the stud off and I've still got the Velcro in place. Okay, so that's why I'm currently going to leave it in place. I'm going to leave the Velcro on. Alright, that's the reasoning behind what I'm doing here. So it leaves those options. If I stuff it up, I can remove the stud. I'll still have the Velcro. When I put the stud on, I can check to see what the noise level is like. It should cut it down quite a bit. If I don't like it, I can still take the Velcro off with the stud still in place. And yeah, that's pretty much about it really. But I do have two forms of security on my knife with the bit of Velcro and the stud as well. So it just means you don't lose your knife, okay? And we don't want to be losing our knife. It's one of our main pieces of equipment. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so what will we need to do that? Obviously, you'll need the knife sheath, okay? The other thing you will need is a stud, alright, a press stud. So what do we have? We have the top of the stud here, alright. That's the top of the stud, that one there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Okay, and the other piece that goes with the top of the stud is this piece here. Alright, that piece there goes with the top of the stud, and the bottom of the stud we have this piece here. Alright, they're a little bit fiddly. Okay, that piece there, and the other piece that goes with the bottom of the stud is, I don't know if you can see it, is this piece here. Alright, that piece there. Okay, and obviously to put the stud together, we need what is called a stud kit. Okay, so I'm using this one here, a press stud toolkit. The brand name is, I don't know, Sheath something, whatever. But that's it there, that's the one I'm using. And it consists of the a metal, like, I don't know what you'd call it, just some kind of rod, okay, to flay the stud in the places that we need to, and a base, okay, and the base is, I think we call it concaved on one side, okay, and flat on the bottom, on the base, okay, and that's for a reason we use both sides of the base. Other equipment that I'm using is, some of you that watch my channel have seen this here before. Okay, this is a heavy duty leather punch, okay, or hole punch. Okay, sounds like somebody's down in the lounge with the girls. Okay. And so anyway, yeah, that there. Alright, and currently I'm going to be using this on 2.5, the number 2.5 at the moment. And how I decided upon that was I just got one of the pieces of the stud and I lined it up basically with the holes here to make sure that it was at the right level. Okay, so I'm going with 2.5. Obviously, if 2.5 is not a large enough hole to put the stud through, I'll go up to 3 and then maybe 3.5 and so on. But I want it to be a nice snug fit, so start small and make your way up. And the last piece I'm going to use is the hammer, alright, for hitting our rod, okay, hitting our rod. Okay, and the table I'm using here is, it's not the best thing to be using. I should really be using the workbench, but I can't be bothered going out there, and I want to see how it goes in here. So if I do need to pause and go out and give it an extra whack on the bench, then I'll do that. Anyway, apologise for the noises in the background. Got a few kids over this weekend. We're babysitting them. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing we want to do, something else that I had as well, I'm not quite sure where it's gone to, is a marker pen, okay, permanent marker pen. You could use chalk or something else. It'll probably be better if you use chalk to mark the sheath, but I currently don't have any, so I'm just going to use the marker pen and hopefully that goes all well for me. So the first thing you want to do, okay, is the base of the Velcro strap here, we want to mark that one first, okay, and that one there can be full tightness around the knife, okay, pretty much full tightness around the knife here. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to mark that, alright, and we want to mark it central, okay, central to the actual knife itself. Hopefully my marker pen works. Okay, and I want to go crosswise probably as well. I'm going to try and get it as close to the middle as possible. That's about close enough. Okay, so as you can see there, hopefully you can see that. Alright, you can see I've put like a cross as close to the middle as possible. Okay, so I'm only eyeballing it. Okay, next thing we want to do is take our knife out. This particular knife, for those that are interested, is the SOG. That's SOG, S-O-G, and this one is the what is it? The SOG Force. Okay, SOG Force, and it's a beast of a knife. I do want to upscale at some stage, but yeah, beast of a knife for any of those that are interested. Okay. So we set this at 2.5 currently, alright, and we want to line it up as best we can. Line it up into the center and then give it a good crunch. Alright, nice, good, clean crunch. Alright, I like to give it a bit of a twist as well, just so that that cut goes in nicely, okay, and then pull it out, and hopefully we got a nice hole there. Okay, yeah, we did, but I didn't really get it smack in the middle. I didn't really get it smack in the middle, but I don't know. It's close enough. Close enough. Alright. So, you can probably see there. I don't know if you can see the hole. Oh, yeah, there it is there. Okay, and the cross, I was slightly off. But, hey, you know, never mind. I think it'll still work fine. Let's see how we go. It's still looking good. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, I'm just going to take the knife out again. And just be very careful when you're working with your knife, okay, especially when it's really sharp. Okay, so you've got this part here, the base part now. All right, hopefully you can see that, base part. All right, we want to slip that in the bottom, okay, of the thing here, so I'm going to try and slip that through. Right. I'll just come out of shot a bit so I can find that hole. Okay, so by the looks of it, this hole is not going to be big enough. Okay, it's not going to be big enough. It's just not fitting through smoothly. So that's okay. The good thing about starting off low is we can we can increase our size. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it up to number 3. Alright, to number 3. Alright, so let's take it up to number 3 and take another crack at this. Alright, I really want to try and get it on that exact same hole, what we've worked on already. Okay. 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 Alright, so there we go. There's our hole there. Alright, you can see that. Okay. And in fact, going for that number 3, alright, it's actually gotten a little bit closer to the middle of the initial cross we made. So what I'm going to try to do now is get this piece again and slot it through. Okay, and that's slotting through perfectly now. Now, with your number that you go for, make sure that don't just go with number 3 of what I've done. It depends on the stud size, okay? It depends on the, if you can see the little thing that's sticking up there, see the piece that's sticking up, you want that to be able to just fit through the hole, okay? Okay, so that's our first part. So that's how she's looking there. Hopefully you can see that. There it is there, just there. Okay. So they've just slotted that up from the bottom, okay, into it. Alright. The next part we're going to do is this part here. Alright, that part there. You can see that. It's flat on that side. And we are going to put that in on the top, okay, of that piece that we're going to put this piece here on the top. Okay, so let's put that on. Yeah, like so. And what we're going to do then, see if I can zoom this in a bit. Come up a little bit. There's the movement. See if I can zoom that in a bit better. Alright. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this here, the base, okay, the concave side down and the flat side up. Okay, so the concave side is touching the table at the moment and the flat side is up. And what we're going to do is put this onto the flat side. We're going to get our, where are we, our pin here. We're going to get the end with the pyramid in there, okay, and we're going to place that onto the thing like that, like so. Okay, I'll just come back so you can see that again. We get this part here, alright, you can see here, and we plonk that into the middle. Okay, the reason why I'm coming close to the edge of the this desk here is because that's the hard part of the desk. I don't want to go through this plywood here. Well, it's not even plywood, it's probably MDF, which is quite a soft wood. Okay, and I'm going to give it a bit of a tap. I'll come up a little bit so you can see. Alright, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a tap. Alright. Little bit of a tap. Alright, that looks all good. Okay, so that's what the first part, that's what she's looking like now, the first part there. You can see in there where I've tapped it, okay, and it's splayed the inside part out, which holds this now in place. Okay, this is all nicely held in place. So that's the bottom part. And the top part we're going to do now, which is going to slide over the top like that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just come back a bit. Okay, so what we want to do now is put the knife back in into our sheath. You can see here with the knife in place, yeah, it's probably going that way. Going that way, it's fitting, with the knife going in one way, it's fitting quite nicely. With the knife going in the other way, I've like put it on too close. Yeah, so I should have made sure I was a bit thinner with that one. You know, it's probably not the best position. So I've pretty much stuffed up there. I should have made sure that the knife was going in the correct way in the sheath for a start. But never mind, the whole idea is that it's still going to clip on. Okay, it's not perfectly centre, you know, Whoop-de-doo. Okay, so what I've got to do now is I've got to figure out where the next clip is going to go on the top part of the top part here. So what I want to do is I want a little bit of extra space. I don't want to make this part here too tight. Okay, you can see that. I don't want to make this too tight. Okay, because it's going to need a little bit of room to move. A little bit of room, but not too much. Okay, to when it gets pulled up onto it. Okay, so I'm thinking not too much. I think about there. About there should be suffice. What space do I have? I think there should be fine. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to get the marker pen, okay, and try and find where the stud is on the bottom, and then mark it where I want to put the next punch hole in. Okay, so you want to look down the middle here. Hopefully you can see where the stud is there. Stud. Anyway, I want to mark there. So just give me a second. Try and mark it. Might come from this angle, might be a bit better. Okay, so I've made a mark. And I suppose if you sort of feel where that stud is, if you sort of feel where the stud is, you'll sort of be able to guesstimate if you're sort of in the right place. Okay, so that's where I'm thinking, right there. And what I've done is, so that's what I've done there. Okay, so I've made you can see, hopefully see, where are we? There. Hopefully you can see where I've made that dot. Okay, and that's where I reckon the stud is. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna put it. And so this is sort of a guesstimation thing. You can't really be 100% sure whether it's going to be bang on. Okay, it's just a one of those things. All right. Hopefully I'm not going too far, because you want to have you want it to be a reasonably tight fit, but you don't want it to be too tight. Okay, otherwise you're having to try and force the clip into place, the stud into place, and you don't want that. You just want it to be able to fit over and clip on. Okay, so this is where it gets real touchy, trying to do all of this. Okay, so I've got my hole there. Okay, and what I like to do here is just go one big push. Right, once you've put that hole in, it's almost too late anyway. But as I said right from the beginning of the video, if I stuff this up, okay, there's the hole. If I stuff this up, it doesn't matter. I'll just take the stud off, and I'll take the other stud off that I'm about to put on now, and I've just got two little holes in here, just two little holes. So what? That's the whole idea with currently leaving the Velcro in place. As much as I don't like Velcro, because it's a knife, I'll put up with it. And because I'm doing this to see how this goes, I'll put up with it. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put our top stud this time, the round one. Okay, try and get black or green or an earth colour, you know, like a brown earth, coyote brown, whatever, for this sort of thing. Don't get bright, well, I suppose you could get bright red or bright orange, depending on what you want. But if you're going tactical, you want a tactical colour, okay? Because everything will stand out. Okay, so we're going to fire that through the top. I'll just zoom this in a bit. Okay, so we're going to get this part here, alright, and we're going to fire it through the hole we just made in this one. And that's going to go through the top. You want to make sure that you put it through the correct hole, going the correct way. Okay, so practice how it's going to fit on, you know what I mean? It's going to go on that way. Alright, so we want to make sure we go and put it on the right way. The next one we're going to do is this piece here. Let's see if we can see here. This piece here. This is the last piece. Hopefully you can see that. Alright, and that's going to go slip on the top. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get the, just going to move that out of the way. Then what we do is we get our base, okay, and this time we're going to use the concave side, okay, and we're going to slip the concave side into the top of the button side. So this part here that you can see now is going to fit into the concave side, alright, of the base. Alright, so I'm going to fit that in like so. Okay, and then we're going to plonk it down on the side of the table. Alright, and the concave side there is so that we don't damage the stud. Alright, and we want to now get our, where are we? Get our rod here, and we want to put that on. In fact, I might just give this a little bit of a tap. Alright, just want to give this a little bit of a tapping down. Just to get that down a bit. And then we're going to put our rod on. Okay, and we're going to give it a few taps. Feels good. You can feel it go down about, I don't know, about a couple of millimeters. Alright, you can just feel it sink down into it. Alright. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yep. Okay, that's looking good. Where are we? That's it there. You can see there how it's flayed nicely. Okay, it's flayed nicely where it's not going to come out. Alright, so that's that part there. And there's the top, that part there was in the concave part. Okay, on the table. And that's the part we bashed in there to flay it. Alright, so let's come out a little bit. Alright, actually let's come in a bit. Alright, so here's what we've got so far. There's the first part that we did. Okay, underneath. Okay, there. And that's the other part that we've done there. And try and get this here. Alright, and of course it would clip over. Velcro will probably get in the way a bit initially, and it clips into place like so. Alright, so that's how it's gonna look there. Alright, and pull it off there. Okay, let's come out a bit. Put the knife back in. this time the correct way it should have gone in the first place. So it's good when you see this anyway, because you can see people like myself make mistakes, and then you can make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Okay, so now I'm going to see how this goes with fitting on. Okay, and that's it there. Alright, so it's the fit there is probably, when I think about it, it's probably got too much of a gap there, if you ask me. There's too much movement. Okay, you know, with the Velcro, it sort of still secures it, but I'm not overly with. Okay, so here we go here. If you're looking at like a nice tight grip, okay, that's not really doing it, in my opinion. I mean, it's going to hold the knife from coming out. You know, it's going to hold the knife from coming out still, but it's not really what I was after. I would really like it to be probably about 2 or 3 millimeters shorter than that. So yeah, I don't know. I think I stuffed it up on that first one. You know. I could probably bring it over about 2 or 3 mil. So anyway, if I was not happy with this, what I can do is I can drill this out, drill it out. All right, get a drill that part out, and the whole thing will just fall out. And move. I'd probably have to move this bottom one, move it over about probably about 3 millimeters. Okay, and probably move it over about 3 mil to get a good thing on it. But I'm not exceptionally happy with that. Not at all. No. Yeah, I'm not overly happy with that. I want it nice and tight. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do it. Obviously, I've stuffed up a little bit on the distance of it. I'm gonna pull these out, redo them to get a good fit, a much better fit, and I'll quickly come back and show you how that's gone before I continue. Okay, thanks very much. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so what I've done is I ended up having to drill these other two, the top one off. I drilled the top one off, and I've made another hole about 3 millimeters in. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty. You might be able to see the old hole just to the left. Okay, don't know if you can see that. And I've put a new one in. Okay, so let's see how this one here goes. It was about 3 mil spacing around the handle of the knife, and I wasn't too, as you know, I wasn't too happy about that, because I really want a nice tight fit. Okay, so again, give it a little bit of a tap down. Okay, and now this one here. I have a better feeling about this. Okay, if this one stuffs up, then I don't think there's much I can do about it. Okay. Alright, so it should be a nice tight fit now, hopefully not too tight. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, can feel it straight away. Feel that. Okay, that's perfect now. Okay, you can feel it's just giving a bit of movement in the knife, but you know that's what I want. A nice tight fit. Okay, and obviously now I've got two. If you listen to this, okay, it's still got the Velcro sound there, which I don't like too much. But hey, it's a double system there. It's the knife. I want to really protect it. I do not want to lose it. So I might sacrifice the fact that I don't want to lose the knife over the Velcro noise. And at some stage I mean normally the Velcro won't last very long anyway. Okay, it'll get like dirt and crap and everything on it, and it starts to fail anyway, and it gets lighter and lighter, the noise, over a period of time. And the other thing I can do, if I really wanted to, I could just unstitch the Velcro and just leave the press stud here in place. Okay, so it's not that much of a biggie. For now, where the shit hasn't actually hit the fan, that's fine, having a double, you know, having the Velcro on there. And it'll take all of 5 minutes to take the Velcro off if necessary. But that's what she's looking like. I'm reasonably happy with that. Okay, it's a nice clip on. Okay, and it's easily clipped back. To hold the thing, easily clipped back up. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hope that's helped some people out there. What I may do at some stages, I may do this bottom pouch as well, because that's pretty bad. I mean, you can undo Velcro silently, like if you just do it really slowly. It's not so bad, but it's not something that you really want on your pouches. Okay, so what I might do on this bottom one, I might actually put a another press stud maybe over here. Okay, put a press stud there, and then what I might do is put another one sort of down here a bit, where this can come up and it can go a little bit higher. Okay, like so, and then maybe another one down here a bit lower, so that that can also go onto there and clip onto there as well. All right, I could even put a couple of bottom studs on here just to give it that little bit more thing. And then if I didn't want to use those studs at all, it could just be the Velcro, you know, to fit the studs in between where they're not even being used. So I suppose that is another option as well that I could use. Because what I normally keep in here is I normally keep a magnesium rod or magnesium steel. Okay, here. Alright, there's magnesium steel in there. This is very good for the New Zealand bush, okay, because it's it can get quite wet out there, and you really need something to start your tinder. Alright, yeah, alright, and that's pretty much it, what I've got in there at the moment. I do have a diamond rod, or a diamond sharpener as well, that I used to keep in here, but that's now in my chest webbing. So for now, that's how you do it. So thanks for coming along. Hope that's helped some people out there, and good luck to everybody out there. Cheers, bye bye. Subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for coming along. Bye-bye.